all the
there's
Irish.
18
Who's Irish in this room? Raise your hand. Should they get? Oh, that's a lot of Irish people. Should they get reparations for the Irish need not apply during the Progressive era and all the terrible things that happened to them? What about the Jewish people? Should they get reparations for the Holocaust?
Well, they did get reparations in Germany.
No, they didn't. That is a myth.
And this is the biggest problem, bro.
Well, first of all, I would like to say there are some points with y'all that I do agree with. The whole toxic masculine, Me Too movement. I agree with you on that. But you said that in the 2018 tweet that America shouldn't give black people reparations.
Should or shouldn't?
Shouldn't.
No.
Okay.
Why would black people get reparations in 2024? Who is paying these reparations? Are you just gonna go in every white person's pocket and just take their money and give it to black people? This student is obviously not thinking for themselves, and I just feel bad because if they had Ground News, they would not be in this predicament. Ground News is a site offering 100% unbiased news in every single way imaginable, and I mean every way imaginable. And by clicking my link, ground.news/LFRJojo, you can access and get a discount. If you don't believe me, I'll prove it right now. Once you're interested in the story on Ground News, you'll have full access to all articles published per story in the coverage details section. You will also be able to compare the headlines of every article published so that you're aware how different media sources are conveying the same exact topics. Let's take a look at this article. Parkinson's doctor visited White House 8 times in 8-month period. Records show. The left has an article titled as Parkinson's specialist met with Biden physician at the White House earlier this year. Whereas the right has the article titled as Parkinson's doctor made 10 White House visits, logs show. From this, you can see that the left places importance on the doctor Biden met with being a specialist, whereas the right places emphasis on the number of times Biden has met with a doctor. This article was found using a great tool called the News Blind Spot. The News Blind Spot is a cool feature that shows all the hidden stories that the opposing media does not, and I repeat, does not want you to see. Currently, Ground News is offering their biggest sale of the year, where you can receive a 40% discount on their Vantage subscription, which I personally use for my news analysis. Just visit ground.news/LFRJojo. I will repeat, ground.news/LFRJojo. I truly value what Ground News is doing, and I honestly think you will too. And yeah, let's get back to the video.
Well, I actually didn't. I retweeted someone else I think you're talking about, DC Drano.
No, he didn't say it.
No, you said your stance on Twitter. You said on Twitter that you're
talking to me, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You said your
Sure.
solution for is that America should just move forward.
Yeah.
But the UN actually said that
We're not the United Nations.
I'm just saying that they said that the U.S. owes us reparations, but and you said that.
When did I say the U.S. owes us reparations?
No, I'm saying that they said that. You never said that.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Sorry, I wasn't following. So the United Nations said in 2018.
No, 2016.
2016 that America owes us reparations.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, and
This is sad because you have this young man standing here. He has a fresh haircut. I don't even got a fresh haircut right now. He got waves. It looks like he's in a college. He's definitely at school right now. He looks like he's living a pretty privileged life. He sounds intelligent enough. But it's sad because you're in the same room as people that you would demand pay you reparations. You're living the same life as them practically. You're literally in the same room as the other students. But yet, on one hand, you're demanding reparations. This is pathetic.
my question is, and you said that racism doesn't exist anymore. When did you?
I
She
never
did not
said
say
that.
that.
You
Oh,
read
she
you
did?
read an article.
No.
Nope. I said I was never a slave, and then the Root
Okay.
jumped into the front of what I said and said Candace says racism doesn't exist because she was never a slave. That was fake news. Racism does exist.
Well, I hate
America
the
is not a
Root.
racist
I hate
country.
the Root too. So.
Yeah.
So why don't you think we deserve reparations? I mean, you did get a check for a racist act back when you were in high school.
So first off, these are two different points. I do not think that we deserve reparations for slavery. I was never a slave in this country, and I think that the idea, if you think that you're going to get more than $200 from the government, okay, this entire debate is just it's a joke, okay? It's never going to happen. Do you think that we're the only group? I'm just going to ask you this question that has had something awful happen to them in this country. Should the Japanese get reparations for the internment camps?
Yes,
Should
they
the
do.
Irish,
Okay,
all the
there's
Irish? Who's
18
Irish in this room? Raise your hand. Should they get, oh, that's a lot of Irish people. Should they get reparations for the Irish need not apply during the progressive era and all the terrible things that happened to them? What about the
Facts.
Jewish people? Should they get reparations for the Holocaust?
Well, they did get reparations in Germany.
No, they didn't.
No, they didn't.
That is a myth, and that
Not
is
in
false.
America.
They did not get any. They didn't get any.
And this is the biggest problem, bro. You have this young black man. He has the world at his fingertips. He's in a college dorm. He looks very clean. Not in a dorm, but a college room. He looks very clean. He has opportunity after opportunity. But here he is. Here he is on live YouTube begging for reparations practically. Begging. And this is the problem, and I see it so often in the black community. He genuinely believes that he deserves reparations. Not that he believes that he deserves it. And this is the problem, bro. This is a disease in our community. You have an entire community of people who believe that if they don't get a handout, if they don't get money from other people, because guess who's going to be paying it? Other races of people, more than likely. Taxes, or you say, oh, taxes will be paying it. They want it from other races of people, because what are reparations? But anyways, here you have him not taking the opportunity that he's given, but instead being lazy, being entitled, and being greedy and begging for reparations. It's sad, bro. And this is why I make videos, because this demeanor, this attitude on life is pathetic. It's sad. It's sad, man. And this sucks because people like him is what really pulls a community backwards. It pulls us backwards, bro. Because you have other people who wake up every day, go to work, do exactly what they have to do to provide for not only themselves, but an entire family. Then you have this entitled student saying, maybe you should give me money. I know you got to pay for your family, but no, I deserve that money. It's sad, man.
Any reparations in America? Okay, but here's my question.
We are.
Do you understand how slippery the slope is when you start saying reparations? At the beginning of humanity, the slave trade used to be legal. It used to be legal. And do you want to know who got reparations? This is actually fascinating. I learned this from Larry Elder yesterday. In the UK, they decided to give reparations because of the slave trade when they abolished it. You know who they gave reparations to? The slave owners. Because black people were their property legally. It was legal, right? So when they got rid of it, they gave them reparations. The point is that no matter where you go in history, someone was oppressed. You cannot look to correct history by thinking that you're gonna get a small check, because every single person in this room would get a check.
Bro, and that's the thing. If you live with this attitude throughout life, you will never reach your potential. This student has the world at his fingertips. The world at his fingertips, man. He didn't say nothing about how he grew up struggling. He didn't say nothing about how he had to work a job throughout his youth. He may have, but he didn't mention it. He looks like he lived a pretty good life. But the only thing on his mind is reparations. He's not thinking about how can he wake up tomorrow and become better. He's not thinking about his future generations. How can he make their lives better? How can he make his mom's life better? He's thinking about reparations, and this is why I make my videos. This is why. Because we have an entire generation of young black students who do not put their best foot forward, but rather demand reparations. And I'm not making this up. This is proof right here. It's pathetic to me. It's so pathetic. Because this is why we're last place when it comes to economic growth. This is why we're last place when it comes to our reading levels. This is why we're first place when it comes to interracial crimes. This is why we're last place when it comes to marriages. This is why we're last place when it comes to college degrees. This is why we're last place when it comes to trades. This is why we're last place. We're the only race where you can go online and see us begging for reparations. And it makes me so passionate because I keep seeing it time and time again. But let's get back.
It's just a means for them to seize you emotionally and make you think that you deserve something or you're going to get something. And if they actually factually did it, it would probably amount to $400 that you couldn't even spend at a club on a weekend. Just telling you. That's what Elizabeth Warren wants to talk about.
This is sad, man. It's so sad. You go on a stage, and mind you, Candace Owens is more so a political influencer. But that does not negate the fact that she's extremely successful in life. You have people on stage who actually reach some level of success. And the first thing you do is bring up a tweet from 2018 talking about how she said black people should not get reparations. Are we serious? This gotta be a joke, bro. And I understand maybe it was funny to some people, but to me it's not funny. Because this is really our community. This is our lives, and this is what the youth thinks. They wake up thinking about reparations. Whereas other students may wake up thinking about how they can bring their SAT score up, how they can land that internship at Apple, at NASA. This is the problem. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. LFR Jojo, and I'll see you later.